fuzz when he fuzz a wood. What's that fuzz? What's this guy doing? What's this guy doing? Music to my ears. Off camera I found a nice little chunk of brass. Interesting copper tube on that one. You don't see too many like that. Huh. And then it's really not even flexible. You would think it'd be flexible. Oh, it's not flexible at all. It's gonna crimp just like a normal one would. But hair dryer, the usual suspects in there. Start the day with a $10 credit. Wow, not a store credit. So the dumpster full of bubble wrap. I've got a decent stash of that stuff at home. Well, I'm running kind of short, but I don't want to take that right now. I did, however, take this nice little shipping box out of here with a nice little padded envelope as well. I'll take that nicer stuff. I have the luxury of cherry picking the good stuff. That's a heating and cooling place. Unfortunately, the overhead door is open. Yeah, check that out. I can actually turn off my scooter now. It's always a luxury not to leave it running. I don't know if it'll overheat if I leave it running too long or not. That's a little golf cart bag carrier. Let's see how it's doing. No, it's not. What is it? I thought it was for golf. It is for golf bags. There's a T right there. It's missing something. What is it? What in the world? Okay, so. Oh, there it is. I was like, how in the world does it work? It looks like it's in pretty good shape. If I don't break it. Apparently I'm not as smart as the golf bag carrier. I don't want to force it open. It's got those metal rods. I don't see how you do it. But anyways, that looks like it's in nice condition. So take that and have a look at that later. Oh, dang it. I should have known. I was just about to say I should do this over the dumpster. See how old that is. It's got some age to it, I think. It's got the yellow. But shoot, usually those will just snap off there. The good thing is it's not really the kind that can pop a tire, but dang it. So that's almost 2 pounds of brass. Those are really super heavy. It looks kind of stupid, but that's basically, well, it's not gonna be 2 pounds. It's over a pound. Let's find a fourth one. Maybe there's a fourth one in there. And here's another 50 cents. So this was an Auric. It's actually got some decent value to it. That would be one if I were into that sort of thing that I would take and see if it worked. If not, sell the parts and whatnot. But it's got a decent motor in it. Lots of times I try to just show a lot of stuff in my videos. I don't take the time. But I'm gonna pop that open real quick because I know some people like to see that. It's got a motor worthwhile, worth going after. And of course, that's a piece of aluminum. Let's see what was in this bag real quick. Hopefully the GoPro 6 is doing pretty good. I've never listened to the audio on a GoPro 6. I've always had it in my drone and I mute the audio. Of course, because the drone. All you hear is the drone blaze, of course. So. Hey, this might be something here. That's basically why you don't want to rip open all the bags. It just puts the garbage all over the place. But I mean, sometimes it's meaningful to do it. Look at that little socket. Or ratchet. These little hinges look like brass, but they're not. There's the steel. And there's some decent steel bits and stuff in there. A couple pounds. Says lots of people think that's brass. It's not. If they were brass, I would get them without a doubt. And let's see what this guy's gonna do. I think it's shot. Sometimes stuff is actually garbage. Well, let's see what he wants to do. Yeah, I think it's shot. Sometimes stuff's in the garbage for a reason. Why are they putting all this garbage in this dumpster anyway? Pop this open real quick. I kind of choked this one. If I'd have known this was the problem with it, I would have left it intact and tried to do something with it. Look at this, see the belt? That's why I was thrown away. The belt just goes around this little rod off the motor, and it's just worn out. Just needs a new belt. So that was a vacuum that has some good value to it. Had I known that, I would have left it alone and taken it with me. But that's the motor in there. It was just 5 screws to get the plastic off, 2 screws to get the motor out. And usually the belt will be on. I'll just snip through the belt. But Oh, there's my number 8 screw. 8 screws, all visible. You don't have to mess around. People wonder why I don't do this with all the vacuums I find. Those little cheap Walmart vacuums, little dinky motors in them. It's not really worth it. I just had to twist that thing. There it is. So that's not bad. It's a nice little chunk. Oh well. Can't win them all. Let's get down the road. Look at that metal dumpster there. Kind of surprised they didn't throw that vacuum cleaner in there. I'll see if I can find a broom on my travels for the rest of the day. I have to drive back by here to go home. That's mixing in with that gravel pretty good, so it's not all that big of a deal. I'll see if I can find a broom. Come back by here. That safety glass really isn't gonna do anything. Just basically gravel at this point. If you've seen in my videos in the past, there's a small company like this. It's called White Line, I think's the name of it. I've shown it a couple times. That guy that owns that place was on American Ninja Warrior. He was dressed up with like, remember those striped tube socks we used to wear? The white ones with the stripes. He's dressed up like he's from the 70s. He's called the, oh, what was he calling us? The waist warrior on American Ninja Warrior. It's hilarious. Oh, I saw him once. I don't know how he did. But this garbage business, there's a ton of money to be made. I'm surprised one of these places isn't doing it like the way I'm doing it. Right, there's money to be made just off of getting rid of the garbage, just burying it in a landfill. Let alone all this stuff. I don't know if there's any places out there that are actually taking this brass and aluminum. Like that golf cart there, I mean, if you resold that, shoot, I don't know what that would go for, but it's not cheap, you know. I don't know if there's any of those dumpster companies that are actually doing that. I know a lot of them do it with cardboard and stuff, but that's because it's easy for them. Like there's one of those dumpsters right down there is just specifically for cardboard. And they make a ton of money off just the cardboard. I don't know if they have a system that they're like a big sorting floor. Hey, look at that solar panel. No, it's not. LED light hooked up to big hunk of aluminum. But I don't know if some of these places have like a big sorting floor where they just back the truck up and dump it on like a big slab of concrete, like in a big warehouse or something. I think for the most part they just, when it comes to the garbage dumpsters, I think for the most part they just back it up to a hole in the ground and dump it and bury it, as far as I know. But I mean, pretty sure that's all aluminum. And that could be, how much is that going to weigh? 10 pounds. It's like $2.50. Not to mention if that big LED light's usable for someone, you could probably sell it on eBay. That's just a big hunk of cast aluminum. It's like I just get like $2.50 without even doing anything to that. Just take it to the scrapyard, you know. And I'm pretty sure they're just burying it in the ground. It's a nice LED light. That would appear to be a modern street light of some sorts. Doesn't match with anything on the building. But that might just be resellable right there. Problem I have, and I know I've probably said it 1,000 times, I would need to test that out. The only way I could sell it would be to just put it on eBay for partial repair. Parts are not working. I just say it might work, I don't know, can't test it out. Blah, blah, blah. It's nice though. It's another $2, $3 or so in scrap. Picked up this little can of primer. It's got an aluminum can. Nice. Hold on to that for a while. The day could come where I'll say, man, I need some primer. I'll go to the store and buy it. I'll say, man, I had a can of that. here at Lake Granite. That's about as full as I've ever seen it. Look at that big chunk right there. 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 Lo big old chunk of steel. I'm gonna come back and get that on the way back. I don't know how heavy that thing is. Let's have a look at it real quick. It might be. Well, I don't want to dump my bike down there, that's for sure. Whew. That's got to be about 3 feet deep right there. That's a nice chunk. Oh yeah, oh boy. Not sure what that is, some kind of hydraulic cylinder of some sort. It's 100 pounds or so. I don't want to have to lug that thing around. Don't let me forget about that on the way back. Somebody remind me. Chunkola. You wondered why I kept looking back. Short little kickstands on these things. Too much weight up top. Ay, ay, ay. That's what I was worried about happening at the Lake Granite. That would have went right down into that water. So that's no good. TV's kind of like the one I just scrapped on my last live stream, except for there's no VCR in it. Uh-oh, here comes the guy. That's no good. He could care less. Never know who you're dealing with, though. That guy works here. He was just totally could care less what I'm doing. But the next person you see could be totally different. So there's kind of a conundrum. You know, some people may say they don't want you here and it's not legal and blah blah blah, and then another employee could give you permission, you know. So at that point, what do you do? Legally, I would think that anyone that lives here, if they gave you permission to be on their property, I mean, it's not an issue you ever want to take up with anyone. If someone tells you to get out, just leave right away, you know. But anyways, I gotta get this cleaned up. I like to get that guy off of there. No. Good enough. I really don't want to carry this around with me. Ay, ay, ay. Well, at least it's not Lake Granite. this was the problem. This guy needs to go down there, and this guy definitely needs to go on the bottom. Okay, now we're cooking. Now it's a stable load. I was trying to cheat. I mean, I totally agree, actually. I mean, some people will get in these dumpsters and they'll open up every bag and sit in there for an hour digging around. I think that should be illegal. I just don't think it's cool to go digging around like that. It's just a nuisance. I'm all about getting in and out, you know. I don't, like right now, I don't want to be sitting here doing this. That's actually kind of what gives dumpster diving, scavenging a bad name. I mean, doing it at nighttime is one thing, but if I lived here, I wouldn't want to drive out of this parking lot and see people in my garbage, tearing open my bags, looking at all my stuff, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video out of it. You want them? Those silver books I found in volume. There's 25 to a volume or to a set. I found 15 the other day, so hopefully I'll be able to get a whole set. I'll get out. I'll leave them there if you want them. Check this out. Someone threw away some books. See the silver ones? That's that 25 set. That was 25 or 26. One of those incomplete sets I found at the library a couple videos back. All kinds of stuff in there. Those silver ones, I might be able to make a complete set. And that set was on Amazon for up to $200 or so. Like 120 was the lowest price on, so that's a good score right there. That's how I make these videos. I find something, then I go turn the camera on, spin, make a spin, make a little circle and come back, and that guy showed up in my spin. He was eyeballing them books. I think he was gonna snatch them up. But looks like there's some pretty expensive stuff in there. If you went retail price when they bought them new, you might be looking at $400, $500 just sitting right there. There's probably not a whole lot of resale on Amazon outside of the the silver ones. Get a set. Them sets are worth a lot of money. I don't think any of those in there are gonna have any resale value. Well, I'm editing the video. I'll check them out on Amazon and come back if I need to. Oh, let's see. $26, $27. I could have sworn it says 25 or 26. Maybe one's like an introductory deal. 27, maybe it's 27. Anyways, there's 27 of them there. And I think that's a complete set. But either way, I definitely have a complete set and a partial set now. So it's awesome. So, at least $100 bill. I like selling my books on Amazon. I like undercutting everybody on the price because I just like to get rid of them. So I think the low prices are like 120, 130. So I might go $99, be number one on the list. The one that everyone sees right away. But so like I just got done saying, you don't want to get in there and dig around. It's really not an acceptable thing to do. But obviously I just did it, but at least it was for a reason. You know, I saw something in there. That being said, if I wasn't making a video right now, I would have been gone a few minutes ago. I wouldn't have taken the time to sit there and count those and talk to you. And some people will ask, you know, why don't you check those books out while you're here right now, you know, with a smartphone or whatever. But it's not, this isn't an activity that's all that socially acceptable. You know, some people take a serious offense to people in there digging around. It's one thing to see a guy come and check and maybe snatch something real quick and leave. It's another thing to look out your window and see someone digging through your garbage. You know, what are they doing? Personal information, identity theft. You know, it's just you don't spend time here. I mean, I don't. You guys can do whatever you want, but some people don't understand the whole point of doing this on a scooter is just get in and out. Don't attract any attention. Lots of people ask why I don't use a trailer and stuff. And trailer's just not practical. For one thing, I'm already exceeding the weight limit of this little scooter. So putting another few hundred pounds on a trailer, it would just burn this little bike out. And it's a mobility issue. You don't want to carry around a trailer because the whole point of what I'm doing is to be stealthy, in and out fast. You know, even if someone did see me, I'd be gone by the time they came out. And at that point, they'd be like, "Oh, that's not that big of a deal," you know. But if you're in a car or a truck, you'll attract so much unwanted attention. And that would be the same if I was pulling a trailer around. I wouldn't be able to move. I'd have to move twice as slow. Trailers are kind of dangerous. Sometimes you can jackknife them and stuff when you're on these little bikes. Plus going up and down the curves and stuff. But anyways, like I was saying, I'd have been gone 5 minutes ago. So let's get out of here. I wonder what the garbage company thinks about coming to this place. Got her backed her truck into that. You can't even see the hookups. And then on top of that, that stuff has to be so heavy. I mean, it has to be, it's gotta be 4 or 5 tons, doesn't it? 6, 7 tons? Dumpster full of, not sure what I got recorded there. Battery change. Anyways, I was saying there might be 6, 7 tons of granite in that dumpster. Plus it's in a small pool of water. It's almost got to be a nightmare for the garbage man. So that was not a bad little session. Not too shabby. I wonder how much that cart's gonna be worth. I'll look for a brand name. If I can find it online, I'll show it to you now. There it is. So that was hour and a half, 2 hours total from the time I left my front door, I suppose. And pay attention to where I'm going. Sure hope you enjoyed the show. And as always, thanks for watching.